Hello, hello, my dear friends, you've reached Elena's bar. The best place on the internet, the very best by far. She'll help improve your fitness, but there's also so much more. 'Cause here are just a few things that this channel has in store. There's bar and there's Pilates and there's belly dancing too. And many styles of yoga, so I'm sure there's one for you. Then watch her practice piano string from right within her home. She's in such big condition, she'll outrun the metronome. Elena's Bar, Elena's Bar. They're the best place on the internet, the very best by far. It's not just the piano, but the ukulele too. The guitar and violin are even more that she can do. She does so many different things, it's hard not to lose track. I nearly didn't mention that she posts on her Substack. Elena's Bar, Elena's Bar. The best place on the internet, the very best by far. Yet controversial topics may be brought up for discussion, but try not to provoke her or she'll swear at you in Russian. And sometimes certain topics can make quite a big impression. So remember, you take part at your own risk and your discretion. Elena's Bar, Elena's Bar. The best place on the internet, the very best by far. You might even meet Elena if you're quite a loyal fan. She's got a fixed male cat, but she's so desperate for a man. We've really got it all, then you couldn't ask for more. So sit right back and watch Elena shave a 3 or 4. Elena's Bar, Elena's Bar. The best place on the internet, the very best by far.
Hello, hello, my dear friends. Welcome back to Elena's Vine, the resurgence of sanity. How are you doing, guys, today?
Doing good.
Doing good.
Yay! Awesome. Well, my husband decided to sleep in today. He decided that sleep was more important for today's topic. So, yeah, we are going to start, guys, and we have an interesting topic today. Why are men not buying female BS? And guys, if you have any thoughts, experiences that you'd like to share with us, please write a comment. We appreciate your feedback. We are going to occasionally bring up your comments. And today we will be watching also a couple of videos. And before we dive in, remember to please like, share, and subscribe. It helps the channel a lot. And yeah, Steve, you suggested this topic.
Okay, my observation. Yeah, you know, certain other men's channels that comment on women's issues come up. Rich Cooper, Better Bachelor, Legion of Men, and there are others. And they're going out and mining the data that women are bringing out. So there are so many TikTok videos. And there is an increasing number of TikTok, Instagram videos of single women who are losing their jobs and talking about how hard it is. There are other videos about a woman who divorced and now she's out there in the world and you know, she's just done with men or whatever and complaining about this and that and you know, telling her story. Okay, so that's growing. There is a growing number of these videos. So what are men doing? They're kind of watching them. Certain men are looking at these videos and then commenting on it. And the thing is, the funny thing is that through the process of making these videos, the women leak so much information that really confirms what the red pill talks about. You know, they're trying to get sympathy, but they're actually telling what is wrong with them if you can read between the lines. And man, it's stereotypical and it confirms a lot of things. And so their videos and their complaining are not motivating men to change at all, because men are just done with the BS. So that's my take on this topic and why we're here.
Nick,
Was it the return of the He-Man Woman's Haters Club?
Yeah, you are
It's
misogynist.
well, there's a place for male spaces because men don't have any spaces, so we're creating one. We can get a lot of shade, a lot of shade thrown at saying, "Oh, they're just woman haters." No, but men need their damn space. Damn it,
Yeah.
we get to the 8-minute mark.
Man, I just want to know who hurt you.
Oh, I don't know, just the truth.
Truth hurt me.
Truth hurt me. Reality slapped me in the face. And what can you do but understand the reality you live in and adapt to it?
I'm just so glad to see more men are waking up and they really don't buy into women's BS. And these are attractive women who, well, of course, they are going to have simps. We can't run away from simps, right? But at least the men who should care, who are challenging, who are questioning what they're doing, and I'm glad to see that there are more men who are waking up and they are not just giving women what they want.
Well, it's not just men waking up to women, but it's men waking up to the BS all around them. Whether it's it's job problems, the DEI bullcrap, H-1B visa bullcrap, the COVID bullcrap, the economy bullcrap. Oh, what other bullcrap is out there? We've done this a lot on the Resurgence of Sanity.
Well, there's the office politics bullcrap. It's more than DEI.
Yep.
In every industry, things are taking over that limit what you could do in the past. For instance, the medical industry. Or if you're a doctor now. No, you got all these damn protocols and this computer stuff and all this coding stuff. It's not about the patient anymore. So they're fed up with the system and how it's affecting their lives. Now, that happens in every field. In the engineering field, no, you're not an engineer. You have to go to the engineering standards and look up the document and apply everything there to what you're doing. Yeah. And that basically outlines how you're supposed to design something. Okay, there's good to that, but everything's becoming prescribed and limiting personal freedom. And it just seems like we're living in a farcical world.
So I need to have those TPS reports ready this afternoon, right?
Right.
That's from Office Space. So it's good.
Hey, Elena.
Yes.
What does TPS stand for?
Golden Pussy Syndrome.
TPS report from Office Space.
I know. Nick reminded me when I did a video on, we are going to react to a couple of videos today, guys, and
I have to answer that question. I don't want to leave the audience hanging.
Oh, okay.
TPS report is a name for this report that just had to be done. No one knows why it's called the TPS report. It just needs to be done. Am I right, Nick?
I don't know what a TPS report is. I just know what it came up with in Office Space. The movie came out when I was a kid.
I'm checking it now.
Okay, check, see if I'm right.
Mm-hmm. Okay, GPS report or
Nope.
global.
EPS.
T.
TPS. What am I thinking? Okay, hold on. TPS report. Okay, refers to test procedure specification report, a document detailing the testing procedures and processes.
No.
No,
That's
not
not.
that one.
No, this comes from specifically from the movie Office Space, which is a farcical movie about working at a job and doing a whole bunch of meaningless things
Meaningless
and
things.
office
Okay.
politics. And you know what the star of the show is?
Was.
The stapler.
A red stapler.
Okay.
You remember the red stapler, don't you, Nick?
Oh yeah. They took my red stapler. Yeah. If you haven't seen the movie, yeah, the red stapler is a key thing to the whole movie.
And so, I needed a stapler. So I went to buy one. Oh, they're making red staplers because of the movie. So, damn, I'm going to buy a red stapler.
Sure, why not? Yeah.
A red stapler.
Okay, let's go back to our topic, guys. What do you think forces men to change their mind and start challenging the BS?
Reality.
Okay.
Reality comes crashing down upon them unexpectedly.
Mm,
The red
Yeah,
pill is a suppository.
it's pain.
Uh-huh.
You do everything right and it doesn't work out.
Yep.
And it's too painful to not look and say, what the hell is going on? Everything that I did was supposedly right, but it turned out wrong. Maybe somebody lied to me about how I should operate or what the real nature of women are or this or that. So I have to go back and I have to reevaluate and learn more. But it's pain that brings a man or, other kinds of pain work on women too. It's too painful to maintain your current view of reality. So you have to reevaluate.
Yeah. Well, then that question that feminists often ask, who hurt you? Men could say the system did. Or you did. I mean, like by you, I mean women who run the system.
Yeah, but the implication of that who hurt you is you're damaged. You're faulty now. No, the reality is, yes, you were hurt.
Yeah.
That woke you up to reality and caused you to reevaluate. So you're not damaged. You're
Yeah.
actually better now because you have a better grasp on reality after you go through the red pill anger phase.
Yeah. I think everyone goes through that rage stage to some degree. Even I did when I was fuming on social media.
What? That was last week?
No, I
That's the same thing I was thinking.
I've gotten better about it, guys. Say whatever you want, but I think that
Oh,
I'm
you're
not.
better about it, or you're better at listening to your husband about it now?
Well, I am better at listening to him and you too, because he keeps saying the same things. I'm like, okay, if three men tell me the same thing, I should probably listen. Yeah, yeah. I used to fume much more, not like like the crazy chicks out there, but it just takes a while to get through the pain, and different people are going to react to pain differently. Maybe this is okay. I'm not defending feminists here. I'm just trying to understand. Maybe women are going through pain too, and this is just their way of showing that they are going through pain. So they go on social media, they expect some kind of reaction, adoration, and at least some mental support, that emotional support. Maybe this is why they're doing it. And then they are telling their stories, like Steve mentioned, they are revealing more than they probably should, but you know, it's their way of dealing with pain because they don't get what they want. They were lied. They were lied by the system too.
One way that women can wake up, it's a crazy ass way to wake up, right?
Mm.
Is a woman takes chemicals and becomes a man. All of a sudden, all that support, all that encouragement, all the shit that they took for granted, that crap just was put in their lap, right? Just because they have a
GPS.
yeah. Now all of a sudden they can't hack it. They can't even function in a male environment.
Yeah.
And what happens to a lot of those women when they do that? They unalive themselves.
Wow.
Okay, that's at the extreme.
Mm-hmm.
But what percentage of women, over 40, are taking some kind of antidepressant?
Oh, a lot of them. Mm-hmm.
So, okay,
That's not good.
yeah, in order to tolerate life, they have to drug themselves. Okay, and you know the old meme, box wine and cats. They don't have a man, so they need the box wine to numb themselves, and they need the cat to have some comfort. It's cope.
Yeah. Well, also they double down on their delusions. Isn't it a form of drug? Like instead of facing the truth, admitting, you just choose to either, okay, drugging yourself, it's the extreme. But when we are talking about, like, they drug themselves literally with this propaganda instead of saying, I'm doing something wrong, right? Admitting what's going on, starting to challenge what they've been doing, what's in front
Yeah.
of them. They're like, oh no, 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 I'm perfect. I'm the best here. I'm a special snowflake. There is nothing wrong that I do.
You used a bad word there.
What?
Admitting.
Ah, I see.
Oh yes, they admitting some. Oh, that sounds like they might have to take accountability. No, no.
No, there's no no dominant masculine figure that has held her accountable probably in her life or presently involved in her life. They're not going to be held accountable. It takes a village to hold a woman accountable.
Ah, true.
A village of men, not a village of other women.
That's true.
Unless they're
The
actually.
Longhouse will never hold them accountable.
Well, that's not entirely true. Older women, like 50, 60, 70 years old, who stayed married and have been through the tough times and understand that. We don't hear a lot from them because they're pretty quiet. They just led their lives. But do you think they're out there and wondering what the hell is going on?
Especially if they have sons. If they have sons.
Right.
Yeah. And a lot of them,
but even those old ladies, they're feminists anyways.
Exactly. Yeah. This is
No,
what I
they're
was
boomer feminists.
Mm-hmm.
They're still gonna be on Teen Woman, say, "You go, girl." Oh, you need to be a stay-at-home wife, but have you? In case of he turns out to be a extreme example this, extreme example that, which has no bearing on reality. You need to make sure that you have the ability to be a strong, independent woman and not depend on him.
Yeah. Yeah, I see this
They don't
narrative
have
all the
their
time.
advice
Mhm.
is shit.
It's bad advice, and this is unfortunately what younger women are learning from. Yeah.
So let's get your videos.
Okay,
We're gonna have
let's get
fun
into them. Which one do you want to start with, Rich Cooper or Better Bachelor? I'll let you decide.
Rich Cooper.
Rich Cooper. Okay, let's go for it. Awesome. Okay, guys. Remember to drop the comments if you have any thoughts. We will bring them up after we are done watching here. Okay. Let's just skip this part. Here you go.
Basically telling their divorce story about how, their perfect man and best friend, and here's why they did it, blah blah blah. Basically playing the victim in the chaos that they create. I've posted half a dozen of these in the last week. I'm just going to share one with you because they do get rather repetitive, but here's just one example, right? Get some volume and speed this up just a little bit so we can get through it a little bit quicker, but here we go.
I'm 42 years old. I'm a single mother.
Can you hear that okay?
A lot of people write to me on here in the comments or even in the wild, and they will say that women, especially of my age, are still single because we have unreasonably high standards. And I don't think it's unreasonable, but I do think and know that our standards are quite high because we've been through enough to know what we want and what we don't want. However,
I'm just going to pause it there because she's 42 years old. She's a single mom. This is the kind of gal that you'll come across on a dating app looking for love, the next chapter, finding her person or whatever it is, the lyrics that they use these days with great photography. Like, I think she's probably genuine. I think most people watching will probably say that she's genuinely an attractive woman for 42. She's not really made up. She's wearing fluffy clothing or whatever, but this is the kind of gal that will get a lot of attention, right? So when you hear the rest of this sort of play out, bear that in mind.
speaking for myself and probably a lot of other people out there, maybe men and women, I'm done trying. I don't want to try anymore. It hasn't worked out for me in the past. And whenever I have tried to salvage a relationship, I have shapeshifted to try to meet some sort of standard or be good enough, not only for that person, but like for their family too. And, especially my last relationship, I kept trying to be a different person all the time. Just, every time I felt something was off or I would feel scrutinized or whatever, I would try to change that part of me to meet who they wanted me to be. And it never worked because it wasn't authentic, I think, and it didn't come natural, but who I was didn't fit either. And
Can you stop it there?
Yes, 1 second.
Just woke up. And
Okay. She just admitted something there. Every time I shape-shifted and tried to be this and that, she was wearing the mask.
Mm-hmm.
The mask. And we did a program on that. The mask she wears.
Yeah.
She pretends to be somebody worthy of love, but then she gets tired of pretending and realizing she's not loved for who she really is because she never revealed who she really was.
Bingo.
Therefore, she needs to leave and go on a journey. Oh, what's the journey? To find herself, who she really is.
Yeah.
And to find true love. And you need to go on a journey because you've not been real. And it's his fault that you haven't been real. Because you have tried to be a performer in your own life. So now, what does she do? Let's do a video, Instagram, TikTok, and let's do a performance on there
Mm-hmm.
in my new adventure.
I had an idea there while you were saying all of this, Steve. I think she's now being authentic. Well, at least she thinks that she's being authentic now. without wearing any mask. She's just who she is. This is why she came on TikTok and she started sharing her experience with others.
She just put on a different mask.
Yeah. Yeah, Donna says, shout out to Donna's doing it. We had her last week, guys. Go watch that live stream. It was incredible. We really enjoyed talking to Donna. And I was asked Donna to bring you back at some point. So we will have to plan something and we will have Donna back. Okay, the inauthenticity is so easy to read. Yeah. Well, I mean, I always view it, I try to view like how they view themselves, first, and then we can jump from there. And yeah, I agree. She's definitely not.
It's easy for a guy who's been in the red pill to read it. Easy for Rich to read it. It's easy for you women to read it.
Yeah.
It's not very easy for the common average man to read it. Because look at her. She's pretty good looking. Yeah, I'd tap that. That's how a lot of men think. Oh, yes, he was a bad man. I'll save you. Unfortunately, that's what happens.
Save a hoe.
It'll be
Yeah,
wash,
save a hoe.
rinse, repeat.
Yeah. Yeah.
Hey, and notice she never gives any details, right? No specific details. It's this vague thing here, this vague thing here. My guess would be she's evading specifics for a reason.
Yeah.
While trying to get the people to feel sorry for her. Oh, you go, girl. You're such a good person. You deserve a good man. Why was she being criticized? Why did she think she was being criticized in the relationship? Was it a legitimate thing?
Well, she doesn't beg to question that. She's just accusing them of not accepting her the way she is.
Maybe she's just a loose, lazy piece of shit.
Maybe. Yeah.
Who knows?
I've seen Rich's comment. Nick hasn't. Let's just see. Let's rest and see what Rich says about her.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I was like, if I can't just be me, then maybe we're just people that don't belong together. And that's okay. But I'm not doing it anymore. I'm not going to make the effort every time, which I used to. I used to make the effort every time. I would spend majority of the time with these people and their families, or even like dating. Like I would always be the person to go to that person and to like do the things, make the plans, anything fun like I would put together. And I'm not just talking about my past relationship. I'm talking about all of them. Like 90% of the time I put in the work.
Isn't it interesting that
Okay.
it's everybody else's fault but hers in every single relationship? Like you notice that pattern, it starts to emerge a lot of the time, right?
I tried to make it right. When there was an argument, I came with solutions and a white flag. And it still didn't work. So now I'm just not trying anymore. So if you come to me and, we're dating or whatever, and there's some bumps in the road, that's okay. But I'm not dealing with someone being mean or their drama or anything like that. I'm just not.
Let me stop it for a second here. She says she's not dealing with somebody who has baggage, but she has a ton of baggage herself. Just keep that in mind.
No, she's not dealing with somebody that has standards.
Exactly.
That wants to impinge on her feminist wiles, whatever the hell she wants to do. And say, no, not happening. But it's just a bump in the road. What's the big deal, man? It's just a girl's trip to Vegas.
Yeah. Yeah, she's not giving up her delusional standards for a man, but she expects a man to comply with her frame. This is why, like we talked about frame last week or a few weeks ago, when we talked about frame that women have, the standards that they have, and how they impose these standards. Yeah, good luck, lady. And see, they are not even doing these videos. I'm sure she could find a decent man out there. They are doing it so that they can get more traffic, they can get more attention from the Sims who would tell them, oh, yes, you are perfect. Like Donna mentioned, Sims would gladly drink your Kool-Aid. Yeah, that's so true. And this is why she's doing it. She's not doing it because she wants to be in a relationship. No. She wants to be independent, and this is why she's pursuing clout on social media, gentlemen.
No, she doesn't want to be independent. She wants to find. She's kind of an emotional vampire.
Mm.
She doesn't want to deal with drama, meaning she doesn't want to deal with his drama.
Exactly.
Or if he brings up anything about her behavior, he's causing the drama. Of course, the man has to deal with all her drama.
Yes.
She's the only one who can bring drama in. Come on.
Drama
If
queen.
If you know women, and Elena, you'll probably agree with this, women crave drama.
Yes, that's
Who brings drama into your marriage?
I
You
do.
or your husband?
I hear Nick is laughing here. I do.
Yeah, I have Plutarch in the back of my mind saying, "Stop, stop, no, that's enough. Put the phone away."
I'm winding myself by doom scrolling. Yes, I know, I do that. Guilty as charged. Let me say hi to Tacticus. Great to see you, Tacticus. How you doing? And then Void is here too. Yeah, thank you guys so much for joining us. Yeah, keep writing your comments. Tell us what you think as you keep watching this video. So shall we proceed? Shall we keep watching it?
Sure.
Okay.
Because all I need and deserve in my life, and you too, is peace. Because I don't need to be rescued. I need to feel safe, and I need to fucking lay down and feel that this person isn't going to add more stress to my life. They will
Oh,
actually.
she slipped there.
What are you saying?
She told on herself there.
Yeah.
That wasn't an accidental expletive right there.
I
She
know.
wants peace.
Drama queen. Can you imagine drama
wants-
queen bringing peace?
No. She's getting too old. She's not getting the she's older now. She's not getting the crop of men she used to get. And she's not getting her brains, she's not laying down and, as she said, fucking, right? That's the word she used. She's not getting her brains, she's not getting her brains getting, whatever you say, she's not getting enough fucking, let's put it that way, as her phrase says. She's not getting laid.
Being effed silly. Nope, not happening.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's mature now. She found herself, maybe still in the process of finding herself. And yeah, she definitely is no longer doing the bad boys.
But also says she just wants to lay down. Also means that she's lazy as shit.
Yeah.
She wants to be passive, but she says she wants to be passive, right? But in reality, she fucks it up, right? She wants to be in her feminine, get the brains fucked out, and have a passive role, relax, I guess. But so she wants her brains fucked out, but she also wants the beta provider that's going to provide everything she wants in her life.
Well, she's in this age. She's beyond. Well,
and now she's desperate.
Okay. She has decent looks for her age, but she is approaching the wall. All women hit the wall at some point, and she knows it. It's on a subconscious level, okay? And now she no longer wants the bad boys. She just wants, the beta provider to pay for her bills and take her with all of her drama and with all of her baggage.
Yeah, but she's not craving the sex.
Oh, are you saying that she will have this purity mask?
No, I'm just saying she's adrift. And she is so exhausted from controlling things and telling others what to do and pretending to be someone lovable. She's craving leadership. The
Yeah.
masculine man who will just love her for who she is, put her in her place, which is a good thing. I don't mean that as a bad thing. And just be the protector and let her be herself under his coverage. But as with all women, they can't really allow that to happen because they rebel against it and shit test. And they got to check to see that it's real. And men kind of take that to heart. And unless she's, I don't know what the right word is, restrained from making the wrong decisions and destroying her life, she will make the wrong decisions and destroy her life because she rebelled against her man. The reality is now she's a single mother, raising a child and depriving that child of their father, all because her feels. So the boundaries, she craves boundaries but rebels against any boundaries that a man might put on her.
Yeah, Void here wrote, I feel bad for women. There are only a few men, a few genuine leaders.
Not every woman deserves a leader.
Yeah.
Most men are not. They can lead a home, right? But most men are not leaders. It's a very small amount that are leaders. And every woman thinks they deserve that man. No, you don't.
True.
So, okay, there's a term that came to mind, a tight rein. What does that mean? Well, it's when you drove horses. Okay, you are driving the horse. Do you keep a tight rein or a loose rein? The tight rein is you're always pulling on those straps trying to steer that horse, and you're just it's not going to work that good. Keep a loose rein. Once you get the horse trained, you keep a loose rein. Okay, but when something happens, then you tighten it up.
Yeah.
And that's the boundary. So no, every woman is afraid of being under a man who's going to dominate every aspect of her life and keep a tight rein. She's not going to have any freedom. Most men don't have the energy to do that.
Yeah.
But on the other hand, most men keep such a loose rein that they don't rein them in when they have a free will and they're doing something that they shouldn't do. So it's a metaphor. No, women are not horses. I don't mean that. I just mean the boundary of control, the way you control things in life. So you don't control tightly every aspect. But when it's required, then you take control and lose it up again.
Yeah.
Women thrive when that's the proper leadership. Guidance when necessary. But the rest of the time, not much is required.
Yeah. Well, we have another comment from Void here. Who are you to say what people deserve?
Oh, yeah, she used that word deserve.
Well, who are you? Who are you to say what people deserve? Yeah.
A man of common sense, also a former pastor. I know what people deserve in general.
There you go.
In one sense, you deserve nothing because you're dead in sin. You deserve everlasting damnation. But on a common level, being created after the image of God, you order yourself by those standards that God has given us.
Good. On a secular
standpoint, you understand reality. Yeah.
On a secular standpoint, you deserve everything that you're getting.
I'll be right back. Get some coffee.
Because you caused this situation. of being a single mother, divorcing, all that. You were accountable for that. So you deserve what you got because of your decisions.
Yeah, it's accountability.
There's a small chance that you married the wrong man and he turned to be. That's a small chance. Chances are you created the situation and then you left. So you deserve everything that you're getting. You deserve the life that you brought upon yourself. And that's true. When I've made a bad decision, do I deserve what happened? Yes, I'd have to say yes.
Yep.
Yeah. And Boyd, I don't think they are talking about control here. Here he says, control is a word of a delusional mind.
Well, that's kind of the red pill, is you can't control anyone.
Exactly. Even women, there is a difference between being domineering and dominant, and you guys on the Resurgence of Sanity YouTube channel talked about it. So, Boyd, I highly recommend you to go subscribe to the Resurgence of Sanity YouTube channel, watch their videos, because they did talk about the difference between being domineering and dominant, and power thinking. You talked about Nietzscheanism, right, and philosophy. You have a lot of interesting videos there. So yeah, okay, let's move on. We are going to finish watching this video here.
And that's what you need to be looking for too, if you were in this situation. If you were someone that's like, women are too picky and we expect too much. No, we don't. We just were accepting the bare minimum for so long, and we put in so much effort for so long that now we're just like, and you know what? I did this with my jobs too. And I tried so hard with my last jobs and my last industry. And what happened? The company was going down and I got laid off. And now I'm living in this place where I've started a whole life with my child and she has friends and everything. And there's no industry here. It's a beach town. And I have to keep living a life here. And I can't, because there's no jobs and no housing. I don't have a house in 3 weeks. I will find one. It's fine. But like, it is wild to me that I'm living somewhere that is harder to live than New York City. And I got there by trying too hard. So
she lives on a beach house, she says. Like, who's paying for this? It looks like she's jobless too, based on what she's been saying about her.
Well, she has a kid. I'm guessing she's getting money from someone.
I'm guessing also that alimony, child support.
You know what I'm laughing at? She got there. She got there from trying too hard, not from making bad decisions. It's like, oh, that's a double face plant.
I know, right? All you have to do is just try too hard, or say that you try too hard, and then the money just shows up when somebody puts in the sweat and all of the work.
I'll give her the benefit of the doubt on the job situation. So I'll put a scenario out there. Pretty much all of us millennials, we can bust our ass. You know, we get all the licensing and shit. Then some other company comes in and buys out the company, lays everyone off. All your plans, all your career can go fucking down the drain in an instant. Or the market changes. Hey, you're busting your ass. You're known for the guy showing up on the job. Market changes. A company goes up, say, nope, sorry, you're out. We don't have the stability the boomers had in the generations before with jobs. We don't have a people. We don't have a place. Fuck these boomers. And fuck all these, what are they called? These private equity firms that buy up all these companies. Fuck you too. And fuck your H-1B shit. We're done.
Nick, yeah, go ahead, blame the boomers. But this shit has been going on my entire career. I was dedicated and loyal to the companies I worked for. Something happens, you're out of a job, or you're not given the promotion, or you're sidelined. or they are not as loyal to you as you are to them. That's always been that way. But it's getting worse. I will admit to that. And who's in charge right now? The boomers. But this same shit was done to the boomers on their way to being in charge. And now they're doing the same shit to the millennials. So, yeah, go ahead, hold them accountable.
Yeah, they don't know any better. Oh, tacticals.
Desperation.
Violin playing, yeah. Okay, let's keep watching here.
What's happened now is I'm so fucking tired that I think I just stopped trying with a lot.
How many times has she said throughout this video? We've been watching her for almost 6 minutes, guys, that she's tired, she's done, she's no longer doing it, whatever she was doing before. She thought she was trying to be nice, she was trying to sacrifice her standards to be with the man and his family. She's been repeating herself so many times.
Yeah, you know what she's tired of?
Mm.
Tired of being in control and trying to lead when that's not what she should be doing. Give up control, lady.
Mm-hmm.
Just be a good helpmate, like in your job. Treat your relationships like your job. You're not in charge. You're not in partnership. You do what you're told to do. They respect you for that. Life is good. But when you try and do your boss's job or your husband's job, or expect to be a partner doing that, you are expending energy, something you shouldn't do, and that it's just going to tap you out. Why are you so tired? Because you're trying to control your life and everyone around you.
Yeah. Well, they don't know any better. This is how they've been raised. With lack of accountability, humility, and also by single mothers.
Because I'm so tired. And probably a bit of depression. Definitely anxiety.
There it is.
Total basket case here, guys. Anybody wants you?
I know things will turn around. I think you have to hit really low before you get really high. And this has happened to me before. And I even tell my
She's
daughter
gonna bounce back.
You hit
You
low
know what she's
and
gonna do? She's gonna bounce off some man's cock.
yeah.
Guaranteed.
Maybe, but you know, when she hits the bottom, then she's going to manifest the change.
She's gonna find some poor dude,
No, he can't be poor. I mean,
and she'll bounce up.
he has to have the money to provide for her. Look, she's jobless. She has no house. She has
Hey,
a child.
This is why the women hate the red pill. Wakes men up to being used.
Yeah.
Damn it, the market's not as good as it used to be.
I know, right? She wants a slave. She wants a slave. Somebody who will take her with all of your bullshit, with all of your baggage.
Fine.
sometimes, like when things get really, really low, that usually means that they are going to be really, really good real soon. So I am just holding on to that. But in the meantime, I'm just trying to fucking pull up my boots and do this life and try to make it work in the most impossible way. But
Hold on.
I'm
It's pull up your socks or pull yourself up by your bootstraps. You're mixing your metaphors here.
Mm-hmm. So you pull up your socks by your bootstraps, right?
No. You know how when you're wearing boots,
Mm-hmm.
your socks sag down? You pull up your socks and then you go back to work.
Okay.
And the metaphor is your bootstraps. Okay, in old boots, to put them on, they had those loops on the side, and you pull it on. Well, you're lifting up your boots onto your foot. So it's a metaphor to pull yourself up by your bootstraps. You reach down, you grab your bootstraps.
Yeah, I understand the metaphor. Yeah.
So she's pulling herself up by her boots. You don't understand the metaphor.
Yeah. Well, let's keep watching.
I'm so tired. And if you're in a position like this, let me know. Let me know your.
I'm going to stop it there because she's pretty much done. But this is the gal on a dating app that men will compete for, right? Like she'll get hundreds and hundreds of matches. She can't hold down a job or jobs. She doesn't have any housing. She doesn't own a house, so she's a renter. She can't keep a guy around, and every single relationship she's ever had is always fallen apart because it's too much work for her. And here we are, like guys, this is your option. Like this is what you get when you enter the dating market. You get a 42-year-old chick that looks hot probably in her pictures, but her entire life is a train wreck. And then she takes the TikTok to share these endless stories. There's like post after post of it. It's insane. It's insane.
Yeah, I'd love to see the comments on that and how many simps she has that are like, "Oh my God, you can come live with me. Like, I'll take care of you. I'll put a ring on your finger."
And those are the comments as you would expect. It's like, "Oh, you're beautiful. Things will turn around. I can't believe you're single." And it's like, no wonder like the delusion exists in these women's heads where they think that there's a guy just around the corner that's willing to like, she says like, "I'm not looking for, to be saved.
But I want to feel safe."
You don't have a job. You don't have a fucking house. You don't have a guy. You're looking for help.
And you got a kid.
And a kid. Yeah.
And she doesn't have a dowry. Our friend Shah. Let's say, what do you offer? I mean, like, seriously.
GPS.
I know.
As
I'm
Steve
the
says.
table. I'm the table.
What's
I get it.
GPS, Steve?
Golden pussy syndrome. She just deserves because she's got one.
Yeah.
That's all she can offer.
It's like your used up GPS. Like there are better, younger, hotter women out there.
Yes, and you know what? Those younger women come with less baggage.
Oh yes. They don't have kids. They are less delusional, might be, if they start really, and if they were raised by a father, they still have some hope. But yeah, all the women, they are done. They are so done.
Yeah. You're looking for help.
You're going to be homeless in 3 weeks. Yeah.
Right.
Like nothing says I don't care anymore. Like a 6-minute long video telling everybody how much you don't care. Like,
Yeah, right.
It's all performative. Like everything they do is performative. And it's just this idea. It's like part of this is further proof that the vast majority of women live in a bizarro world. Like they live in a fairy tale land where everything is handed to them on a silver platter. They never have to work anything. They've never had to go through anything significantly difficult, because this is the kind of stuff that she's talking about. This is your average, everyday, average man's experience.
It is.
Like I gotta barely can scrape enough money together to pay the bills and to keep a woman happy or to do XYZ. I need to make sure that, I got laid off from my job. Oh, that's a problem. Well, now I got to figure out how am I going to make the mortgage payment. And it's this idea that, welcome to the real world. And don't know what she did to chase off the father of her child. Don't know. I mean, she's giving off she's giving me the impression that she was daddy's princess growing up. Either she didn't have a dad or that she was daddy's little princess and he waited on her hand and foot. And then when she was thrust out into the real world and realized that that's not the majority of most guys, or, she's pissed, right? I see that a lot with women that are coming from affluent households or backgrounds where they had a car when they were 16. They had a big house. Then they get married to a guy that's, 20s, 30s, whatever. And then they got to live in a shitbox, like a 2-bedroom apartment, or maybe if they're lucky with 2 bedrooms. And they're wondering, like, I didn't sign up for this. I need to be accustomed to my standard of living that I've had for the last 20 or 30 years. And that's how they wind up here. So, but it's all attention. It's all performative. I don't believe a word of it. And somebody will swoop in and play Captain Save-A-Ho. They always do.
And, you know, she'll be back on TikTok a year after that with another version of a different story and how she's tired of trying. And again, like,
it's like, who is this for? Like, get off. If you're gonna lose your house in 3 weeks, get the fuck off TikToks and start putting in some job applications. Where's your child? Why don't you go feed your fucking kid? What are you doing? Right? If you're situated.
Well, she doesn't need to feed and think about feeding the kid, because if she gets alimony and child support from her ex-husband, then that thing is taken care of, right?
It's only one kid. I don't know how much she could get, and depends on each state and how much money he makes. Let's just say she's getting something. It'll probably be enough to kind of get by, maybe not support her in her house and her kid, but be enough to get by in a small apartment, I'm guessing. But look, they say, put in job applications. What do you think she's doing with this TikTok video? She's going to get her needs met. Some simple step up. From an economic standpoint, you know, it's pretty smart. I think it's stupid. I think it's irresponsible, but it would probably work. She'll find some
she's
dumbass.
Definitely prettier than average 40-year-old woman there. She falls under that category. Just, damn, guys, like, what are your standards? I did a video yesterday about frame. If men fall for this, used up, you know, with so much baggage, delusionally entitled, who doesn't want to do any work in marriage. You can't set any standards, boundaries on her. Like,
I'm gonna just call it out here. She knows she's an attractive woman. She knows that.
Yes.
At 42, she knows she still looks pretty damn good. So she's out here advertising. And the implication, just not by what she's saying, but she is advertising, basically saying that sex for provision.
But even then, didn't she mention that she's not willing to fuck?
Yeah, who cares?
No, she will. She will.
What?
She will,
okay.
Yeah.
If the price is right.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
So, okay, what I said, is that crass? I'll use sex for providing for me. Why is that crass? Because, okay, back in the day, a 20-year-old, 21-year-old woman wanted to find a man to provide for her life. What did she bring? I'll have sex with you if you marry me and provide for me. What's wrong with that? Nothing. No, that's the way the world works. So let's just recognize it. Yes, she has affections for the guy, all that. But that's the marriage contract.
And chats only apply. Tacticos. Wow. Yeah. She wants the man who, and this is the cognitive dissonance. Nature demands that women want a man who leads them, right? Who puts them in their place. But the programming that sits in their brain, all of that feminist crap that has brainwashed women. Like, no, I want that, but I can't let go of this. I can't let go of my power and control. But I still want that man.
Yeah, okay. Has it always been this way? Yes. Since Genesis.
Oh, yeah.
Your desire shall be for your husband, to be the husband, and he shall rule over you. Well, doesn't this explain the dynamic? The woman tries to be in charge, but she needs demand to be in charge and rule over her. Why did God say it that way? Remember, this is the curse. This is the remedy for sin entering the world. He says, this is the way it's going to be. You can rail against it all you want. Well, it shouldn't be that way. Okay, fine. But it is.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is reality. And look, I'm grateful that there are men who share the truth and who, try to educate younger men. Because unfortunately, there is so much bullshit on social media and like everywhere. We are surrounded with institutions, what men are going through. It's really, really, it's really bad for them out there. So let's keep watching.
If your situation is that dire, then you
Energy
need to
crystals.
delete Facebook and Instagram
Tarot
and
cards.
TikTok off your phone and go get a
Horoscope.
job. Go work at
Something will
McDonald's.
happen. Something good
Like,
will happen, even though
I
I'm not
believe-
willing to try.
I'm manifesting. That's my favorite one. I'm manifesting something is going to happen to me.
Yeah, I'm going to
Get a
manifest.
fucking grip.
Yeah, I'm going to manifest something better, and it's just like
Wake up.
like
Somebody
you know,
sent her money.
talking
I
about
guarantee you somebody probably
depression.
DM'd her and was like, how much money do you need to save your house? Like, I'll cover your rent. Done. Guarantee.
I guarantee if you were to take a look at her medicine cabinet, it would be stacked through with fucking scripted drugs. For
Oh my
fucking
gosh. You probably can't
antidepressants.
pronounce half of them.
All right, guys, I really hope that you enjoyed that clip. If you want to check out the full-length podcast episode, you can find that right over here. Also, make sure you visit my website over here where you'll find my supplements, the opportunity to book me privately one-on-one for coaching, and most importantly, my new School of Unplugging, which you'll find on the courses tab. Newer to the channel, hit subscribe.
Yeah, go subscribe to Rich Cooper. Hold on here. 1 second, guys. Awesome. Yeah, I really enjoyed that video, and yeah, I love the red pill content, guys. Some people say that, oh, you like, okay, here what it says, are these two males supposed to represent any sort of masculinity sitting around on YouTube ragging on women?
Yeah.
Okay, wait, what are you doing here then? What are you doing? You are watching this content that we are putting out there. Like, seriously, you don't like it? Go watch
Next.
somebody else, you know?
Next. Yeah.
I know, right?
Next.
Who said that?
I'm not going to bring it up even, Steve. It's in the
You
comments
should
section.
bring it up. Let's
Oh,
address
okay.
it head on.
Okay, okay.
Yeah.
This is exactly what I said. Are these two males supposed to represent any sort of masculinity sitting around on YouTube ragging on women?
Are they ragging on women or just explaining the truth?
Yeah, there is a difference there.
What? If you comment on a woman's behavior and it shows them in a negative light, you're ragging on women? Okay, count me guilty. I don't care. I don't hate women. I don't like their behavior when they're delusional.
Yeah.
I'm going to comment on it. That's kind of what Rich does. Okay, welcome to life.
And this ragging, like you say, it actually helps younger men to find out what they are facing, what's in front of them. So those simps who are worshiping women, who are pedestalizing women, they don't give a fuck about younger men. They don't care about sons. And not just their own sons, but the other people's sons, you know?
Truth has a moral responsibility. If you care about truth, you want truth to be set out there. Seeking truth is good. Truth helps people. Lies don't help people. It buries them to death. The blue pill lies destroys men. Red pill truth can awaken men to deal with reality, even though it might not be pretty. So yeah, if you don't think that's masculine, you think that's feminine, hey, don't give a shit. I'm going to keep doing what I think is right, regardless of whatever you think.
Men need to develop the skills to manage women. A man needs to develop the skill to manage a woman.
Yeah.
It's not just natural. It doesn't happen if you're not paying attention, and it requires active management.
Mhm.
Sorry, it's just reality.
Yeah. And would women benefit from knowing the truth too? I think so. I think if somebody actually restrained them and told them, like, no, ladies, this is not a good behavior, and if they haven't been propagandized to be public whores like most women are today, who knows? Maybe.
Oh, I do have a comment to that. Women will not benefit from knowing the truth. Women will benefit from experiencing the truth.
Yeah.
You're not going to teach her up here.
Yeah.
It's going to be reality. And her experience, women cannot imagine how things are like that are beyond their experience. The amount thinking cannot bring her to imagine something that she hasn't experienced. So if in the proper order of the relationship she experiences it, she may not have ever realized or arrived at that truth herself, but now she experiences it and feels it, and yeah, this is good.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. It is what it is, guys. You may dislike it, but you can't change female nature. You just need to accept that restraint is necessary for women. Women need to be restrained. Because if they are not restrained, they're going to cause a lot of chaos and destruction for themselves, for their children, and for our society. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Extreme example. When women are not constrained from doing what they want to do. What's the latest concept out there? Oh, gee, Lily Phillips.
Ooh.
Okay, 100 men in a day. Yeah, that's good. Now there's some other woman. I heard about it, but 500 plus in a day or in 6 hours or some ungodly, bizarre, messed up thing.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, now she's in the hospital because she had tearing and bleeding, and you think? And this is a good idea? Gee, that's an unrestrained woman. Now, why is this coming up now? Women have never been less restrained
Mm-hmm.
than they are right now. And look at the contests they're entering into.
Yeah. Unrestrained female nature causes degeneracy and destruction. Oh my gosh, Tacticus. She is determined to hit that 1,000,000-mile goal. Seriously? Wow. They're just wrecking themselves. They are destroying themselves. And they think that just because of the... See, I think women are conflating attention, like the negative attention or any kind of attention, as a promotion. They don't care whether they derive it via good means or bad means. They don't care what they do. They just see that result, that, oh, attention.
In a weird way, they're actually not on account of them, but indirectly, they're actually providing a moral good for society. You know why? Lily Phillips and that other girl, Bonnie, I think, yeah. What is that moral good that that is being produced despite their wickedness? Men see this crap and are checking out. Men are waking up to female nature, that they will do anything for money and attention. That
Mhm.
society has no restraints on women. They are seeing this. Some are, they don't care. They're just following along by it. But a lot of men are seeing this and saying, maybe there's a freaking problem with how society is operating. Maybe there should be restraints. They're asking, are all females somehow like this? Is there something with, unrestrained female nature that's a problem?
Yeah.
So
Men,
there's an indirect moral good. It's not, they're not providing the moral good, but there's a moral good despite them.
well, thanks to men like you, you, Steve, Unique, like my husband and other red pill guys who are sharing the truth and who are exposing this. Thanks to you guys, because like this propaganda narrative has been perpetrated into our society for multiple generations now. And we talked about Yuri Bezmenov's video about demoralization of society that takes about 25 years to demoralize society. Then you multiply it by approximately 3 generations. This is how long has it been. And then destabilization that takes another 2 to 3 years, I think he mentioned, or maybe 5 years. Yes. And then normalization of the bad behavior and demoralized principles. This is a process, and it takes a while to demoralize society. And then if it wasn't for men exchanging their notes, exchanging the truth about female nature, trying to help out other men so that they could lead our civilization forward, men would live in blindness. There would be more men dead.
Men are going to exchange information.
Yeah.
You can't stop it. They will. Women are going to exchange encouragement.
Mm-hmm.
Encourage the other woman in whatever she's doing. So, which is, are men sharing encouragement? Not right now.
Mm-hmm.
No, we're telling each other, yeah, the world is kind of effed up. Yeah, the job market's effed up. The government's effed up. The geopolitical, it's all effed up. And your relationships with women are all effed up.
Mm-hmm.
And so what are men doing? Yeah, okay. I'll just live a simple existence. I'm not going to bust my ass to prop up a system that's all effed up. What do you think, Nick?
Well, it's simple economics. You can bust your ass and have the McMansion, nice car, nice job. I mean, totally bust your ass, work long hours so that she can drive that nice Wagoneer, whatever the hell it is, take the kid to soccer practice while she's getting Stephen accounting or the Brazilian jiu-jitsu's instructor is fondling her. Then she'll take your money
Mm-hmm.
and your kids, and you won't live in the McMansion anymore. Or you could just say, nah, I'm good. I got my little cottage. I got my basic needs met. I got freedom. I can go hiking. I can do this. And even if I find a woman and have a kid, it won't hurt as bad if I have all that crap.
Yeah.
I don't know. But chances are they don't want kids because that's too much of a risk because that's why they're doing it in the first place, is to not have that happen. So
now, if you watch this, you can say, oh, Nick, You shouldn't feel that way. You shouldn't do that. No, no, no. We need to stop that kind of thinking. Yeah, okay, fine. Try to stop that kind of thinking. But really, he expressed the way men in their 20s and 30s think today. That is a prevalent opinion. Are they wrong?
Who? The men, the way the men think? No, they're not wrong. They see reality as it is. The system's rigged. The system's fucked. The system's designed to
Nick,
fuck men over. So
Nick.
why
Yeah.
not adapt?
Nick, should reality be this way?
No, but it is.
No, reality
doesn't
shouldn't be this way. That's a should statement.
Tacticus, you are.
But is. We're talking about what is, not what ought to be. And you
Yeah.
can pretend all you want that the world isn't as it is,
Mhm.
and it is how it ought to be.
Yeah.
You're gonna
Well, even
be handed your ass on a platter.
look, the system is benefiting women, right? Or at least at the moment, they are trying to appease to these delusional, entitled women who believe that they deserve Jesus. Jesus can marry them. Yeah, right. What does the Bible say about that, Nika?
Oh no. Mhm. He never knew them. They're workers of lawlessness.
Yeah.
Depart from me, I never knew you. Jesus, you're my boyfriend. Yep, that's another reason you're going to hell.
Yeah. Yeah. Jeez. Yeah. Okay. Let's glance at another video by Joker here. Okay, let me share this one with you. Yeah, I love Joker's content. He has been on point so many times. He's very analytical, and I highly recommend you to follow him. If you don't already follow him, watch his content, guys. So here.
What is your body count?
36. I mean, I'll be f***ing, you know?
How old are you?
19.
Jesus Christ.
Guys, welcome to Better Bachelor. My name is Joker with a face for radio and a voice for print. I am currently out looking for land for the men's retreat. Haven't found too much luck yet. A lot of it is very hilly or kind of swampy in the price range that I'm looking to spend. But so far, we're making progress. We'll find something here very, very soon. But while I was out here, I actually posted this to Twitter last night, and it's something I wanted to talk a little bit more about today because I see something that is still occurring, and I'm kind of confused about it. Maybe you guys can help me understand a little bit. I want you to imagine you're going in for a minimum wage job. You know it's minimum wage. They're going to pay you the least amount they can legally by law. That's what they've agreed to pay you. Yet they want you to have a 4-year degree, and they want you to be able to be on call 24/7, and they want you to be able to take no vacation. You don't get any medical aid or medical insurance. You don't get any no benefits, no bonuses, nothing. All you get is minimum wage, but you have to have a ton of requirements to get it. And then on top of that, you've got men's channels that are giving you advice on the best way to get that job. Now, if you were to ask yourself, well, that's kind of stupid. Why would I need a 4-year degree and jump through all these hoops just for a minimum wage job? And why would men's channels be advertising to help me do that? That's stupid. Why don't they tell us actually how to succeed in life or do something better? Now, who I'm specifically calling out here, it's not really calling out it because I don't want to call out Myron Gaines is who I'm speaking of over on Fresh and Fit. I don't want to call him out because a lot of what he says makes sense. I think a lot of what he says is actually good. But what I don't understand is this fascination with men and men's channels where they want to push you to lie, coerce, and better yourself, or lie to women, I guess I should say, and coerce and become a better man and raise your social market value for whores, for women that are not going to accept you in your natural state without you pretending to be something you're not, just to what, sleep with them and maybe catch something. Here's the post that I'm actually relating to. I'll post it up here on the screen so you can see it. This Diane Yap says, I would rather be a temporary fleshlight for a 9 or a 10 than a permanent sex and housekeeper for a 5. I'm sure most women feel this way. And this is kind of the point that we've been making, isn't it? That women would rather just be passed around by 9s and 10s and used and dumped and literally be a receptacle for all these guys. God knows how many things these women catch. They also catch single children and become single mothers. That's another thing they catch. But this is the whole point, is how many of them are doing this and admitting to doing it. They do not want you as an average man. They only want the top 10%ers.
Okay,
Here's
stop
another
here.
example, and this is a slightly different post here.
Uh-huh.
Okay, a sex slave, a 5. Okay, 5 is an average man. Okay, you are evaluating that man based on superficial criteria. A 5, an average guy, is pretty decent, probably hardworking, probably provide for you, care for you, be a good father to the kids, all that. And you think the average man, doing that for an average man, you're going to be a slave to him? No. It doesn't work that way. No, you can have an average woman, because let's talk to the average woman. Yes, you probably deserve an average man. And no, if you, quote, settle, unquote, for that, you're not becoming a sex slave. Where the hell do you get this delusional idea?
I can tell you where they get it from, Steve, but I think you know the answer.
No, they have no problem being that for the 9 or 10.
Exactly.
In fact, they'll say, treat me that way, buddy. Yeah.
But they get a princess
shit.
as long as they get the
I'm just saying.
princess treatment, Nick. If they get the princess treatment from the
No. They want to be treated like a sex, you know what?
Yeah.
They want to be treated that way. That's what's missing. They actually want to be treated that way, just not by the 5s and 6s.
Well, so for the 5s and 6s, they want to be treated like princesses, right? Princess treatment. For those 10s, they want to be like a sex object. I get it. Oh my gosh, it's going into my article, guys. Okay.
She just said she will be a toy.
Huh?
For that 9 or 10. But oh hell no, not any chance. What do you think I'm at if I'm going to be that for an average man? So what does that make you? You just revealed who you are. If you think through the logic of that, which she isn't, she called herself out there. What kind of woman? What do you call that woman?
A public whore. That's my definition. Look, she said it. She said it herself. She would much rather be a plate. Okay, we are going to bring it up because this is your next live stream, right, Steve?
Yeah. We're talking about
plate analogy there. Awesome. So I will keep my mouth shut because I saw it. It's awesome, guys. It's going into our article after the show. Okay. And they would much rather be a plate for those 9s and 10s. How many of those 9s and 10s are out there? There are not that many of them, which means that all women want them, or like the kinds of women that he's talking about, right? they would much rather be a plate for these 9s and 10s rather than to settle down with a decent guy who could be an average man and have a family with him. They're not wifeable. They're not wife material. You are smiling, Steve. What is it?
You're right. I don't
Right,
really have any
okay.
comment, but that's just reality.
Okay. Well, let's keep watching.
Here, but here's another perfect example.
I did everything they said that was going to make me happy. I built a career.
Does it sound familiar with that other woman? She also did everything she could and everything she was told.
I can't imagine that.
I know, right?
I got my own place. I went on solo trips like a pro, the best hotels, flying business, you name it, right? The works. And I stayed independent.
The
Oh,
works.
what are you saying?
She went on trips and all these things and best hotels and the works like a pro. Yeah. She rode the cock carousel like a pro.
I know. I knew you were going to
Keep
go
going.
there.
But it was very lonely. I feel very lonely all the time.
Oh,
Don't
stick
get-
around.
What? Okay. Does pump and dump lead to a lonely life?
Imagine that, huh? Yeah. Wow. Well, she got all of that experience. I thought it would be exciting and she would be happy. No? Okay, let's keep watching.
Get me wrong, like being strong got me very far in my career, and I'm very proud of everything that I've done, but I'm done pretending that I'm okay because I'm not.
She admits feminism is doing women wrong, that telling them, oh, you can have all the things and you can do whatever you want, and all of a sudden you're going to end up aged out and alone. And only do they come to realize it too late. So this woman that says, oh, I'd rather be passed around by all the top men than rather find an average guy for myself. By the way, this is what she actually looks like. Somebody dug up a photo of her in her threads and actually found when she had snapped a picture of herself doing something. As you can see, yes, she'd be lucky to be passed around by 9s and 10s. Let me read Myron's tweet, and then you'll understand what I'm talking about. He says, are the male blue pill simps starting to believe me yet? 90% of men are invisible to women, and they would rather be a whore to a top guy than a queen to an average guy. This is why you must keep your SMV high and have multiple women, or at least the impression you have them, as a reminder to your women that she can be replaced and is inferior to you, what her natural hypergamy wants. Trust me, I wish hypergamy was not real, but this is the ugly truth about female nature. You can either understand them or respect them as equals, but you can't do both. And he got about 3,500 likes on this, which, again, is fine. But here's the argument I have against this, and it's always the argument I have. He says, well, you got to let them know you have other women, or actually have other women, and you need to treat them a certain way, and you need to prove that you have high SMV. You have to prove to them that you have that, and then they'll want you. Okay, again, that is like walking into a job that is advertising that they want somebody for minimum wage, and you go in there and you lay down your resume, and it's got great resume, and your work history, great work history, and you've got lots of references, and you can show how all this productivity that you've done for other companies and how you demand to have this minimum wage job, and they say, I'll take it. They'll hire you, and then you get the job. And you find out it's a horrible job. And you find out, wow, they really do pay minimum wage. And wow, I am really way overqualified for this job. I don't want this job. That's literally what Myron is doing for these women. He says, have high value for ugly women. Prove that you have high value, and maybe that you make good money, or maybe that you have other women waiting on the side for you, and then she'll want you. But why do you want them? That is my question. Why do you want them? And if you say, oh, it's not to date him, it's just to smash, Do you really want to jump through a bunch of hoops and faking you, or maybe working real hard so you actually have high value to prove to these women that you're worth their selection, and then they select you and just so you can say, ha, smashed, and then you bounce? Why are you bothering to sleep with these losers? Why are you bothering to jump through the hoops for women like this? This is the whole thing I don't understand. And so much of the red pill is still focused on this. You know, I thought we'd be somewhere, and I know I don't always use red pill to explain or describe my channel or other content like it, but I thought we'd be somewhere in time now where most of these guys would say, you know something, the juice isn't worth the squeeze. These women are not worth me. These women aren't worth me showing my resume, dressing up in a nice looking smart suit for our date, putting on $1,000 watch, pulling up in a nice car, going to the gym and getting buff for. At a certain point, don't you say the women are not worth it anymore? Why am I going to bother with that? Because I'll tell you something. If I met a nice woman, now granted, you don't want to be a fat slob. You want to dress well. You want to take care of yourself. You want to work out and hit the gym, but do it for yourself.
Exactly.
Because the irony at the end of all of this is the best part. And I'm getting there. You want to hit the gym for yourself. If you want to dress sharp for a job or just to look good or feel good about yourself, great. But to go out there and buy fancy watches and fancy cars and brag that you have this much money or brag that you have a certain job and try to prove to these awful, shallow women that basically will just give themselves to any man to be used and passed around. And yet something in you says, I want to be one of those men she's passing herself around to. Why even bother? And here's the crazy part. And this is where it seals it all up for me. When Myron says, make yourself a high value male and go out and achieve all this so you too can sleep with these women that have high body counts and probably they're so infested that when they take a bath, it bubbles like Mentos in a bowl of Coke. That's how much they fizz when they touch water because of all the STIs they have.
Replay that. No, I want to hear that.
My whole point
Elena,
is, why
replay that. That is one of the best.
All this so you too can sleep with these women that have high body counts and probably they're so infested that when they take a bath, it bubbles like Mentos in a bowl of Coke. That's how much they fizz when they touch water because of all the STIs they have in them. But my whole point is, why are you doing this? So let's say you're Myron. Let's say he says, okay, become a high value male. Go out there and get good income, have a nice car, wear a nice suit, put on a nice watch, pretend, or maybe you do have multiple women, or pretend you have these other women, and peacock and do all these things to prove to this scam that you are totally worth it, that you're totally worth dating. She says, okay, you sleep with her, you realize, yeah, she's shallow, not somebody I want to be with anyway, so you just sleep with her and dump her. Who wins? You didn't win. Maybe you caught something. Okay, so you got your rocks off. So what? Number 2, maybe you catch something. Then you're really the loser. And number 3, maybe she turns you down. So how would you feel as a guy that goes out and raises your SMV and you work really hard, you make this money and you buy these nice clothes and you drive around in a nice car and you try to put all this game together and you're working real hard to try to pick up and she says no and blows you off? How do you feel about yourself at that point in time? You've wasted all this time, all this energy, all this money to jump through hoops to pick up and then the laughs you off and tells you no. Do you feel good about yourself? Do you feel like you're winning at the game of life? Or do you feel like, wow, I went through all these steps and a skank still won't date me? That's where I think a lot of men's sadness comes from. A lot of men clicking out of the game. A lot of men saying, you know what, this isn't working for me anymore. I'm unhappy in life. My argument is this. If you want to drive a nice car, drive a nice car. Make sure you can pay it off. Don't go into debt for any of this stuff. But if you want to drive a nice car, drive a nice car. I have a nice car. But I bought it for me, not to impress other people. Go to the gym, work out to be healthy. I need to do that myself. But I'm certainly not working out for women. I do need to do it for myself, for my own health.
Mhm.
But if you don't do it for women and you're doing it for yourself, it doesn't matter if a woman turns you down. It doesn't matter if a woman laughs you off. It doesn't matter if a woman ignores you or whatever else, because you don't care.
Yeah.
See, everything, all his advice is still centered around the woman. It's
Mhm.
still centered on a woman judging you, on a woman selecting you, on a woman wanting you. Do all these things, guys. Keep your SMV high. Pretend you have other women and you'll get more women. Okay, but that's living your life centered around women.
Yep.
I still think it is way better and you will be way happier if you said, okay, I'm not thinking about women right now. I'm going to do a job that I love. I'm going to do a job that pays me well because money is important for my future plans
Mhm.
for myself.
Yeah.
I'm going to work out because I want to look good, or I want to feel good, or I want to live longer. I'm going to do that for myself. I'm going to buy a nice watch, not to impress women, but because I worked really hard and I really like this certain brand of watch, or I've always wanted one, or it is me treating myself to a milestone for the success I've reached in life. All those things are fine. Then if you got a guy walking around in a suit wearing a nice watch, he's got a nice ride, he goes to the gym and he works out and he's successful, and none of that was done with women in mind. None of that was done with women. All that was done for is him. He said, this is what I want to do. This is what's going to make me happy. This is for me. If he genuinely does that without a woman in mind, I will show you a happy, successful man. Then if women aren't coming up to him and women aren't talking to him and women aren't flirting with him, he doesn't give a shit. He's got a great life. He's doing his own thing. He's got friends.
Yeah.
He's got plenty of activity. He's got a successful career, or at least a job he loves. He's winning. But a guy that does this to keep his SMV high, and maybe that's not what Myron's saying, but it's certainly when the first thing he goes to is, well, you got to keep your SMV high and let these women know they're replaceable and that you've got other women on the back burner, even if you don't. Well, you're just faking it. You're just pretending. Why are you even bothering? A better response to this is why women are single. This is why women, when they get to the age of 35 and 40, are sad and depressed because they're all alone and will be for the rest of their lives. And it's why middle-aged to older men, and even some young guys out there today, are really crushing it. And they're really happy and they're really doing well for themselves. Reason being, they've given up on worrying about women. They've given up on dating. They've given up on those distractions. And if one falls in their lap, or they meet somebody that's nice and they say, I'd like to go out with this one, go ahead and ask her. Go ahead and go for it. Shoot your shot. But if she turns you down or it doesn't work out, it doesn't matter. You got a circle of friends and great things going on in your life. But the minute you start thinking about SMV and pretending you're this and saying you're that, and you've got to raise your value to get women like this, that's where I think he's getting it wrong. And I think a lot of men get it wrong. In my eyes, and I'll listen to arguments below, so please comment down below. But I'm telling you right now, if you live your life for you and everything you do is for you, for the good of you, don't say, well, I'm living for me. I'm eating my 17th bowl of ice cream today and I weigh 350 pounds, but I'm doing it for me. Because in the long run, you're not going to be a happy person. You'll have health problems and other things going wrong in your life. I'm saying if you live a healthy life, do a job that you love, that pays pretty well, that you can live the lifestyle you want to live. For some people, that's very low. For other people, that's very high. Find what works for you and live your entire life for you and your family and your friends and the people that actually care about you. Then, if a woman sees you're successful and happy and doing well and she wants to be a part of that, she will find a way to be a part of that. But at no point should you be doing anything to prove yourself to any of these loser women.
Mhm.
You're wasting your time. You're wasting your life. You're wasting your effort, all for somebody that's probably more than likely still going to either cheat on you, leave you, or turn you down for another dude because he's taller and better looking than you, and who's done nothing for that woman. Focus on yourselves. That's my argument on this one. And until men understand that portion of it, don't fake living a good life so that women want to date you or they think they want to be a part of your life. That's a lot of what some of these channels talk about. Here's a better idea. Actually live a good life. Actually be happy. Actually do something productive with your life. And here's the great part. If you do that, good things will happen to you. Good people will find you. You will end up having good friends. You will end up having women of quality that either completely ignore you or do want to be a part of your life. But either way, you're winning. That's the thing that I think all of these guys are missing. I don't know. Let me know what you think down below. I will see you guys in the next one.
Hey, Nick. What happens when a man just lives his life, goes to work, does what he wants, and is not focused on getting women? And then occasionally he goes out for a meal at a bar with his buddies. Do the women ignore him?
No. Assuming he's not a fat fuck, right? No.
But you don't have to have like super muscly body
No.
either, right?
No,
No.
the women, this aloofness, this self-confidence, it's kind of like a magnet. They have to contrive reasons to talk to you. Nick tells us stories all the time.
Yes. Yeah, I would say to Joker, you know, we have to watch out for these women who are going to fake their masks, and we've talked about it because they would say, but I'm not one of those women. I'm a special snowflake. I'm so much better. Look at my clothing. I behave in a feminine way. I put a makeup. I take care of myself, take care of my body. Look at my dress. It's not provocative.
Oh, of course. Every woman is a special snowflake. No two snowflakes are alike. But guess what? It's all snow.
True. I'm writing it down.
Joker had some good things.
Yeah.
Some good things. But saying that it'll all work out, it doesn't always all work out. That's reality.
Yeah.
He put a positive spin on it. Yeah, generally you will be happier if you don't revolve your life around women and you do stuff for yourself.
Yeah.
But no one's guaranteed everything just to work out.
We're going to talk about this on Wednesday. What he's rightly calling out is you do all this stuff so you can attract women and women will be attracted to you. Okay, what's your mission? Your mission.
Boats and hoes. Boats and hoes.
Yeah, well, yeah. Your mission is women.
Yeah.
A woman. If your mission is women, you're not on your true purpose.
Right.
A man's purpose is not a woman. Go back to Genesis. A man's purpose is his purpose. He was lonely. God created him for him a helpmeet. Not to be his purpose, but to be a companion for him to continue on in his purpose, which was not, didn't get redirected towards the woman. His purpose was his purpose, and it existed before her and after her. And she was a helpmeet, a companion. So if you have that attitude, which is kind of what Joker's talking about, do your thing. And if a woman comes along, great.
Yeah. Yeah. And like my husband said, I'm going to quote him. He made a Twitter on his ex, and he said that money can't save you, muscles can't save you, game can't save you, frame might save you if you can keep it.
And you don't have frame if women are your mission. You've already lost it.
Yep. Yeah, that's so true. Well, okay, guys, I think we had an interesting conversation today. I'm glad to see that men are waking up to women's BS and all of the fake masks that they are wearing. I recently got a message from Donovan Sharp. I sent him one of my Anita's videos, and he said that Kevin Samuels actually called it fake femininity, what we call lipstick on a pig, and a fake mask, basically, right? A fake femininity. So guys, watch out, because women are going to maybe watch these videos, maybe they will pick up some of this information, and they will try to implement and present themselves in the most presentable and socially acceptable way to get what they want. Still, their mission is to manipulate men.
I'm going to make a prediction here.
Mm-hmm.
Those TikTok videos, those Instagram videos about women lamenting about their situation.
Mm-hmm.
The economy is not that bad yet. I think it's going to get worse.
Yeah.
So the number of those videos is going to explode.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. By a factor of 10. We're going to see 10 times more of those videos out there.
Yeah.
And the number of videos about men talking about their observations is also going to explode. This is a growing trend. Women are going to do that. Men are going to increasingly not buy the baloney.
Yeah.
So just watch, and you won't have to wait too long for this to happen, because it's going to increase over the next 6 months to 2 years. Probably it's going to run the course. I think it's going to increase from here probably till 2032.
Mm-hmm.
I'm saying
Same
we have
number I
a
had.
7-year trend. What'd you say, Nick?
I had the same number in my mind.
Yeah.
Same date. Yeah.
Yeah, I think Plutarch also would agree with you guys there. Anyway, it was an amazing show. Remember to please like, share, and subscribe, guys. Tell us what you are doing on Wednesday. I was trying not to say anything, not to reveal too much information for Wednesday.
The title of the program is Elevating Plates.
Oh, wow.
So, and I'll give a hint. If you're a man who likes to spin plates, what are you doing? Putting that plate on the stick, and you're spinning this one, and okay, that one's going. I'm going to go over, spin this one. All those plates are on sticks. You've elevated all those plates. Or you're the trad car, the good Christian man. Oh, I found this woman. She's so great. I'm going to put her on a pedestal. I'm going to take this plate and put it up on a pedestal.
Uh-huh.
Elevating plates.
Yes. Join us, guys. Join us on Wednesdays on the Resurgence of Sanity YouTube channel. Go subscribe to the YouTube channel, please. And on Wednesday at 5:45 p.m. Pacific, guys are going to talk about it. Alex, great to see you. How are you doing? Yeah, I remember you from the Resurgence. I think he was following you guys also. Anyway, yeah, tell us what you think about this topic, guys. I'm going to quickly share with you the schedule of our activities here in case you are new here. So, yeah, join us for interesting controversial discussions on Saturdays with the Resurgence of Sanity, guys, at 9:15 a.m. Pacific. Then from Mondays to Fridays and Sundays at 9:15 a.m. Pacific, join me for regular workouts. Then you can request some songs for me to work on Sundays. I play the piano. I'm not a professional pianist. And then on Wednesdays, like I mentioned, join the Resurgence of Sanity, guys, on their YouTube channel, the Resurgence of Sanity, at 5:45 p.m. Pacific. Okay, and then you can support this channel by signing up for my cross-training fitness program on Udemy. And then I have more classes for you on Patreon. And please definitely sign up for the Substack articles, because sometimes I write the summary of our discussions here. And yeah, if you miss a live stream, you can catch up there. Okay. Anyway, it was great to see you guys today. I really enjoyed it. Any final thoughts?
No.
No.
I appreciate our audience that tunes
Yeah.
in.
Yeah,
'Cause
I appreciate
you guys out there, and women,
Yeah.
you're the thinking people.
Mm-hmm.
If you disagree with us, great. That's fine. This challenges you to think. If it causes you to think better, great. But yeah, we're in for changes are coming. So you know what? You're better off thinking than blindly having to take whatever comes.
Yeah. Yeah. Challenge your belief system, your ideas that you've been exposed to, and then other people's ideas also. It's all good. Oh, yes. Thank you, Tacticus. Happy Memorial Day to everyone. Yeah. Happy Memorial Weekend. Yeah. Have fun. I'm so glad my dog is feeling better now. He's still wearing a cone of shame. He doesn't like it, but he's recovering. So yeah. Anyway, we'll see you all next week. Take care. Like, share, and subscribe. Go subscribe to the Resurgence of Sanity YouTube channel and leave us your comments. We appreciate your feedback. It helps to also bring other people to the channel so that they can see the engagement, guys. So if you really enjoyed the live stream, tell us what you think in the comment. Okay. And take care. We'll see you next time. Okay. Bye.
Bye.
Later.
Elena's Bar, the best place on the internet, the very best by far.